hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of CCP. It is the 10th episode. We've made it to the double digits, people. Yay, 10 months of this.
Yay.
Joining me as always is the channeler at chat, the wolf among us, and he's got his new picture on the thing. It's Lamp. Say hi, Lamp.
Hello, everybody.
You know I had to Photoshop this from the one picture you gave me because you didn't give me your PNG?
I gave you all of them.
Oh, did you put it in the drive and I just didn't look at the drive?
I sent the full of my things.
Well, damn. That was unnecessary 20 minutes. Anyway, and joining us today on our guest spot, she's got 6,000 views, subscribers. They're called subs. She got stuff in places. She's got stuffs in other places, but not social media. Unfortunate. It's Kage Pro 24. How's it going?
It's going good. I'm just kind of vibing, I guess.
All right. As we start here, tell us about yourself and what do you do on YouTube? What do you like doing?
I just make like random anime videos. It's just like, I don't know, just like whatever I feel like making. Like sometimes like I talk about stuff, and other times it's like just silly little edits, and it's kind of just whatever.
Do you have anything?
I don't know. It's kind of fun that way.
Is there anything you're particularly jiving at the moment, like a particular type of content?
Well, at the moment it's Hanako.
Yes.
And Kage Pro and like Love Live and stuff like that.
Oh, we'll get to Hanako in this video. It wasn't that damn thumbnail for nothing. Anyway, I want to make this. I want to put this little plug in quick. No, we're not sponsored. We're too small for that shit. But I'm at the end of my people wants to come on the show list, and I'm looking for more people. And I'm doing that thing unknown suggested, where if the person currently on our thing wants to shout out somebody else for me to go find, I will go hunt them down if they're not too big, like the troll I am, and find them till they get on the show. But yeah, if you want to come on the show, come on the show. All right, plug over. So, okay, so as the name implies, we're going to talk about a lot of shit. So as our guest tomorrow, do you want to talk about Hanako first? Or do you want to talk about, what was the other? Oh yeah, the coronavirus. That was the whole point of the...
I'd rather get the bad news out of the way first, and then brighten it up with, like, happy stuff.
Okie dokie then. So, everybody's sick. Everybody. The hashtag, the hashtag cancel everything is everywhere, and everyone's gonna die.
Anime girls wearing masks.
And not really die, but since this is an anime channel, we gotta talk about how the coronavirus is, centered around anime, but before that, I'm kind of laughing my ass off for Corona beer right now, because the names
doesn't even taste that good.
I heard that people are actually like avoiding it.
Yeah, people are avoiding it simply because of its name. Also, it had bad timing because it just released an ad for a new type of beer called Corona Extra, or whatever it was. I forgot which beer it was, but like Corona made an ad about new beer at the pristine time coronavirus was getting all up in his house, and it was not a good show. Not a good show at all. It's great. I'm loving the meme. Like, it's sad. It's bad as a company that it just happened to be like that. But I'm also like,
fuck.
Good on you, mate. It's hilarious as fucking everything. I enjoyed it. So, anyway.
Among the many coronavirus memes going around.
How is Corona actually doing in your places? Mine is on like everyone's, because I live in the South where the CDC is, and like here in Georgia, like they're flying people in here from the Air Dobbins space to get treated and all that stuff, and everything's just going to shit. What about you guys?
Mine's relatively quiet. I mean, on this end, like, I know
It's alright.
we've heard about it a lot on our end, but I don't think it really like has a major effect on us just yet.
Yeah. Like, it's like it for here too. Like, they stopped our college classes for like an extra week, but like for my younger siblings, they go to like like they're just having them be off for like what is it? Like they go back on like the 30th or something. I don't know.
In my area, it's the 31st. They're not going back to like the end of the month. Some of them got a whole month. Like,
yeah.
Aren't they gonna have to make that up to the end?
I heard some people are like taking online classes.
Yeah, that's the norm over here. The college kids are taking online classes if they're available to take online classes.
But don't the kids who miss school now make it up later?
I mean, they'll probably just tack it on the summer vacation.
Yeah.
No, poor kids.
Or they'll take away spring break. That's an easy, like, it's either they chop off some of summer or they get rid of the rest of the breaks. Like, like all the school holidays that would normally have a school holiday, anything left would be probably filled up with actual school time.
Oh.
When I was going to high school during the snowpocalypse, that's what we did. We didn't get winter break, and we didn't get we had to go to work on President's Day. Yeah, we had to go to school work. We had to go to school on President's Day.
Oh my god! I'm getting flashbacks. That happened to us.
Yeah, so it's because like the kids would get mad if they had to eat into their summer. So it's like it's what you gotta do.
Yeah, sometimes like it snows so much for us here, and like they'd still send us to school. And then this other time, what is it? It was like really close to summer in like high school, and it was so hot that like half of the entire school.
Oh god, she died. What's the end of the story? I need to know the end of the story. Half of the entire school. What, Kage? What? Oh god.
She'll be back. Don't worry.
Lamp, quick! Tell me.
Side note. To all y'all out there who hopefully haven't been hit by the shortage of supplies in stores, I hope none of you have hoarded face masks and toilet paper, because that's a thing happening. I don't know why, but that's the first thing going is TP.
Well, a lot of the experts don't want people to hoard masks because they need them to actually, do shit. Like, It's one thing to have one per person or two per person, but, like, taking the whole pack, man.
Right, and then, like, I understand, like, why TP? I don't get why toilet paper. Like, you don't need that much.
I mean, some people got, like, below the belt issues, and sickness can cause your bowels to go, like...
That is very true, but people are still buying them in waves. I'm like, why are you people doing this?
Did Kage live? Is Kage alive?
I'm alive. My internet's just being mean.
Oh, we've been through that rodeo before. Haven't we?
I was nervous. I was like, oh no, am I the first one? I'm scared.
It's last month all over again.
Hey, that happened before.
Anyways, finish your ripping story. So the story was...
Last time on coronavirus.
What was it? You said half the school, and then you got put to the shadow.
Oh yeah, half the school. It was like really close to summer, and they didn't cancel school, so like half of the student body like called their parents to pick them up and go home.
Wow.
And like no one was there by the end of the day. It was so funny.
Oh. That sounds...
Deserted school? Good for a horror movie.
It happened to me. Like, that's how I got stuck in the snowpocalypse for 24 hours, where, like, they still made us go to...
cancel.
No, they still made us go to college until, like, 1 p.m. They're like, oh, shit, it's actually worse than we thought. Everything's canceled. So everybody was rushing...
I think that happened to a couple of my friends, too.
Yeah, everybody was rushing to get home.
Stuck.
And since I had to take public transit, I was waiting at the bus stop because I live on the other side of town. I had to wait for my regional bus for a good 2 hours before it showed up, and then we got stuck. We were like, it was like one of those, like, it was like a survival movie where we were stuck there for 24 hours straight on the bus on the way home. And we had to, like, and there was a point where we all had to pee, so, like, we went by gender. So all the females, like, there was, like, old ladies and people from, like, office jobs. So
Ladies first.
Yeah, all the females went behind a truck that toppled over, and and we had to pee on the street.
Oh my god.
And then all the men went. Some people were like, fuck it, and took their shit, got out the thing in the middle of the highway and started walking to the nearest
Buried in
hotel.
the snow.
And
my
then when we
God.
finally got towards my town, and we dropped off the first set of people who can get to the car, I was on the second final stop. But guess what?
Yeah.
The bus finally got stuck, and we couldn't move anymore.
No.
So I got out with the rest of the guys in the thing, and I trekked it for 3 hours
No.
across half the city to get, and my mom was able to pick me up because she got so worried. She like had she told me that she had to get someone to push her out of the neighborhood by the car just so she could get to me, and we luckily were able to do that.
Oh, no.
And we picked up the stragglers who were like also walking to the bus, who are also walking.
Is there like a lot of distance between like buildings and stuff where you are, and like that's why you had to walk a lot, or
No, like say
are?
I mean, I was in one part of the city, and I literally walked to like, realistically by car you can get there in like 7 minutes, but you know it's a lot of ups and hills, so you're walking all that, and then there's the snow and all that shit. But that was an adventure,
and no one ever drives safe either.
But at least no one had to get sick. But in this case, yeah. So without dilly-dallying delay, so how it's affecting the anime community in a lot of ways. We have surprisingly a lot of those.
I feel bad. Yeah.
Surprisingly, a lot of them are not including convention cancelings, like all the other forms of media, like games and like whatnot, already canceled events. Fucking basketball canceled. They were like, no, we're not gonna. Yep, basketball's canceled for the rest of the season. People are real pissed.
No.
But anime conventions are like, no, we're still gonna hold out. We're still gonna.
Oh no, I've heard that like some conventions are getting canceled. Like, some friends of mine are upset that like anime conventions they wanted to go to are getting canceled.
I mean, like the small ones, like Anime Boston is still kind of holding out, and Anime Expo is holding out till the last minute.
Yeah.
But they have those like, they have that that generic what's it? I'm losing my thoughts. What was it? They have that usual message of corona. We people who know the coronavirus, we know it exists. Everybody wash your hands. You know that message and stuff like that. So I don't know what's gonna happen. But in terms of like, I feel like realistically it's gonna affect all the TV shows because we're already getting like, I'm looking for that article. It's gonna be affecting the spring season a lot, which starts in like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, probably.
And shows are gonna be like ReZero got delayed. That's what it was. ReZero. Thank you, Anime News Network, for your homepage switching the thing. And ReZero is getting delayed in next season to July. So it's going to be in the summer. And
I haven't really looked into what's coming up next season, so
I got some shows I'm looking up at next season. Like I got that one Otome Isekai. I'm just like waiting to like get the shit done and stuff and all that. And I haven't heard from you.
Because like
keep going.
With like anime production, like isn't it like the episodes like are produced like week to week, so like you need people that can like just be there.
That's kind of the reason why that was like
so like this kind of thing's like a big drawback, I guess.
Yeah, like this is the big drawback to seasonal anime, because most anime it's a very normal scenario for an anime to be made like right up to the last minute, like right before it goes on air. So you never know what you're gonna get, and that's kind of the reason why interspecies reviewers had that whole controversy, because they didn't know what they were expecting. But this is not that type of podcast episode for that. But let's just say they didn't know what they were expecting. They thought it was gonna be like the manga, and you can't. It's like I like to compare seasonal anime to those Jelly Belly beans, those Harry Potter beans. You know, guys. You know what those guys are.
Birdie Bots?
Yeah, like Birdie Bots. Yeah, and you never know what you're gonna get until you actually pop it in your mouth, and it's like that with seasonal anime, on a production standpoint, in my opinion. I think that you don't know how it's gonna turn out until it actually shows up the day of. Like you get, so in terms of, I guess in the West, I don't think it's gonna be much of an issue to wait on some series. I don't know how they're going. I feel worse I would feel worse if they pushed it out just because it needed to be on the week, and then the quality dips.
Yeah.
I also believe that. Then again, it depends on what kind of fan you are. Like, if you're someone who like dedicatedly watches everything on Netflix, then you gotta wait anyway.
Yeah. And like, especially with just like, like sometimes like signable dubs and stuff like that, like it takes a while anyway, so I guess people are kind of used to waiting.
Which brings up another point of that. Which brings up another point in that here's my issue with the whole seasonal thing. I'm just gonna keep it 100 and say the thing we're all thinking of. Like, there's gotta be a way to like make seasonal anime more efficient. I feel like that trying to make things up to the last minute is like, in terms of streaming, like for example Netflix, you have to wait a whole like 3 months to sometimes half the year just to get something legally on there.
Really.
If you do the legal thing, I mean, or and in the production standpoint, there's also the issue of, again, things come out at the last minute to broadcast on Japanese TV. So when stuff like the coronavirus happens, they still feel obligated to do that. There's got to be a much more like easier way to do this. I'm trying to think of some suggestions.
I mean, the only idea I'd have would be like doing it in like advance, but I guess there's just issues like being able to produce that much.
Doing it in advance.
Like making like a bunch of episodes and then like having them ready.
I mean, I've seen some anime do that. I can't. I'm being really bad at this. I should know my anime shit. But like, anyway, yeah, I've seen some anime do that where they just make the episodes in advance. I mean, you might not have that luxury.
I mean, I guess it depends on how far ahead you plan your pre-production. But then you run the risk of not being able to react to or include fan critique.
Yeah, too. And sometimes there's also like the kind of anime that like are made as the manga is going on. And sometimes they're like right up against to like where the manga is. And so they kind of like need the manga to keep updating. And so they can't just like make it all in one go kind of thing.
Then again, I don't think they would do that if it was that close to the manga. Like, most of the time when I see an anime get a manga get an anime adaptation, it's already has a couple of chapters, like an entire arc's worth or something. So there'd be a stopping point. Like My Hero does that. Like,
that's good. Yeah.
Unless they can, then the issue is if the anime does, only then if the anime catches up to that point, then there'd be a problem.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried about that with with Hanako's manga, but that's for Hanako.
Let's see. Now we'll get to Hanako in a minute. I can't do that. I can't Mitsuba cry yet. It's coming.
Mitsuba!
You were too young. You didn't have to get corona'd in the stomach.
Mitsuba.
Fuck. Anyway, before we do that, Lamp, what does the chat say? Tell us some stuff in the chat.
Martha says
chat,
hi.
I did not have my glasses on, but so far, yeah. So apparently, there's a mad lad in Australia who made a sanitation station. A lot of them showed people how to wash their hands and had workers wipe down equipment after people use them. So good on that, mad lad.
Sanitation station. You gotta go to the sanitation station. Oh my god.
A lot of schools are closed until the end of the month. For Neo Schneider, church also got canceled.
Hi, Neo.
Comment from Martha. Basically, everyone's becoming the hermit squad. Yeah, pretty much. Hashtag cancel everything that involves paying the bills.
Oh god.
I like that. And Corona is my first alcoholic drink. Hopefully y'all's cases of coronaviruses aren't that bad out there. Hope y'all doing okay.
Yeah.
So other than that, that's basically the major. Corona has shut down my state. Pray for Washington.
Press F for respect. Press F for Washington, y'all.
Yeah, press F for Washington. Yeah.
F.
Yeah. So that's basically what's happening so far.
Let's see here. I'm gonna make.
Also, Martha says hi.
Hi, Martha. I'm gonna let's do some predictions. So I'm gonna give it a week. No. 2 weeks. I'm gonna give it 2 weeks before Anime Expo pulls the plug.
I'm not good at guessing these things at all, so I'll just pick 3 weeks.
You say 3 weeks.
I'm gonna go with 4, only because it's a really big convention. If they pull the plug, it's gonna be like last minute.
Yeah, everyone's gonna get like real angry if that happens.
The problem, yeah, but then again, like, it's also a double-edged sword because they are the biggest anime convention in the U.S. Like,
yeah, a lot of it's like kind of like a joke that like people like don't pay attention to like hygiene and stuff when they go to like big conventions.
It's not a joke. It's not a joke. It's a fact, man. Con flu is real. Con flu is fact.
Not con flu. Con funk.
Con flu and con funk
Funky.
are in the same thing. It is the same thing. And they're not the same thing literally, but they can happen at the same time. I've never been to a convention, and I have never come out without having con flu.
I have several times.
Well, look, good for
really
you.
do.
Good fucking for you.
Good for you. He's immune.
No, I've had so much caffeine that nothing can taint me anymore than it already has been.
I thought it was your furry
It's like a shield.
No, my caffeine limit has been reached. Nothing can get in, nothing gets out. I've already
it's like a force field just all around you, like a caffeine shield.
I am already preserved. I will die at whatever time the caffeine says I do.
Con flu is real, y'all. Con flu is very real. And worst flu, I never, like, for example, I have some self-imposed rules. You never go to the gaming room after 8 o'clock because,
oh no.
Because you'll see the squatters. You'll see the con squatters. They're people who couldn't afford a hotel but don't want to leave to go home. So technically they can't kick you out of the con at night. You can't. Okay, in most cons you can't sleep. Well, in all cons you can't really sleep on the floor. That's like bad ethics, and they'll tell you, they'll get to you if you try sleeping on the convention floor. So people will take some 5-hour energies, hunker down in the 24-hour spaces like the manga library or the the gaming room, and not sleep. And no sleeping means no showering, and no showering means that room is bad. So and that's like the number one place that you get con flu. Like, the best time to go into the gaming rooms is like, well, when I mean gaming, I mean the console room, like where they're playing Smash Bros. They changed it at MyCon at AWA, where like they have an entire like floor dedicated to gaming. So like everything's spread out. It's no longer just the consoles in one space, and then but it still stinks in there after a certain point. Like, if you like, just a general rule.
I shower when I don't sleep.
So and I've seen people sleep in their cars for a convention. So
yeah,
I mean, it's effective.
It's effective, but it's only if your car is big enough. If your car is big enough, you could sleep in your car.
When it comes to like concerns about like just places in public that are dirty, I'd say just like fucking like bus stops and stuff, because like people are just not hygienic, like on buses and stuff, you know.
I mean, if like with conventions, if E3 pulled out, I mean, I think E3 should just use this opportunity to just leave for good at this point. They're a dead man they're a dead con walking.
Cancelled.
They should just let this con just retire and go to the big convention old folks home in the sky.
In the sky.
Right? In the sky. And I'll be damned if they come back and expect the same kind of fanfare they had like all those years ago when people thought they still needed E3. But yeah.
I can see why E3 is nice, but yeah, nowadays you can be more like to the fans directly, honestly.
Yeah. And there's more like specific conventions.
I mean, Like, there's also Airbnbs, but then again, if you're in Boston, unless you have like a big group, if you're getting like a group thing, like those group con passes with like 10 or more people, then I could say do an Airbnb. But other than that, like, if you have, I'm just saying, people, if you can't afford housing and you don't live close, then only go for a day or two. I've had to do that. Even at cons I'm nearby with.
Yeah.
We're getting off the point.
What's the point again?
The point was, Conflu sucks and the coronavirus is gonna cancel everything, including your mother, your cow, your wives, your
Not my cow.
Can the Plague Inc.
I like
player
my
either
cow.
up the lethality or get cured already? That's all I'm asking for.
It depends. They want to see us die a slower death, or just try to like chop out everybody 40 and over. But
if they're playing the game correctly, we're not going to see any rise in symptoms till about a week or two from now. But if they're dumb, then then it's going to get bad quickly. But we've already got a cure worked on, so yay.
They already got a cure already?
We're all Daijobu.
Apparently, Canada has already isolated the virus.
Oh, fuck yeah, Canada!
Go Canada!
Canada! Go Canada!
They already look. Okay, Canada has a lot of cool things going for it. They got a lot. They got nice scenery. They got
the fact that they're not America already gets them pretty far.
They got a hot president.
Good job.
Justin Trudeau is great. I mean, like, he's got a great head on his shoulder. Is he still prime minister? Is it prime minister or president?
I think he's prime minister.
I'm not sure.
Well, he's a great prime minister. Like, he knows how to, especially because he knows how to keep his country out of the news. Normally, when you hear about Canada doing something dumb, it's when they do really something dumb. Like, a long time ago, I heard news about, like, the only time I heard about Canada recently, and that was like a couple of years ago, when a truck full of marijuana was burning down a highway. And
oh no.
That's the only time I heard something Canada related. I know they probably have their own crime rates, but you don't hear much about them in the world.
They're smoking weed. I get it. They're smoking weed. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha.
Sorry if I drop out for a couple seconds. I'm trying to find where I put my phone.
You ate it.
I had
Yummy.
it 5 seconds ago, and now it's just like not anywhere I can see.
It's like that GIF of the guy from Daily Lives of High School Boys, like, "Where's my glasses?" And they're like right on top of his head.
Would you saute or bake your phone, Kage?
I would bake it.
Why?
Yummy. Because I don't know. I feel like it'd taste better that way.
Because you had to bake apples, right?
I guess it would be self-contained, considering if the explosion was that bad, you wouldn't get the shrapnel. It'd be stuck in the heavy oven.
Boom.
I think that it's just I think the worst part is gonna be the fallout of the coronavirus. I don't mean on the anime community. I think obviously that's the least of anybody's worries. Real life comes before anything else. So like, but again, to bring this topic back to anime, I think that at most things will get delayed, like shows will get delayed, but people will get more pissed at the cons. If more cons start to bow out, and then the coronavirus, let's say, no, because it takes a long time. Because even if they get the cure in Canada and spread it across the world, right, it's gonna take a minute. They're gonna take it.
Yeah, but the fact that they already like started on it, like it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Like, let's say they make the cure in about 2 weeks. They take it to Italy first, and all the
Yeah.
That's what they, like, on a smaller scale during the snowpocalypse again. That's what they did with all the salt. They went to Atlanta first to take all the salt away, and then they wouldn't go, and we were stuck on the completely north side of town. So like, there was no way they were gonna get to. That's why I decided to walk. So like, everybody here in the good old U.S. of A. They'll probably get Massachusetts first if anybody in the U.S. gets it first.
Yeah, but like, it's pretty. Like the fact that like we're already like making progress, and the fact that like the symptoms are like pretty mild if you're healthy, it's pretty cool.
Right.
Like we're getting better.
Maybe the anime community could do like online like more online events.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Like what? Like you know how like Crunchyroll or Funimation would do like watch-alongs on Twitch.
Yeah,
They should
just
do.
get like a Discord server and be like every anime fan ever join,
They'll
and then
probably
like
just
have
do
them
it.
join one call.
Yeah, they probably just do like on like Twitch and be like, "Hey, we're gonna watch," and they could have just like, for example, premiered the they could have premiered like the My Hero movie on Twitch,
Yeah.
and then like
Well, then they wouldn't have been able to get the money from the movie theaters.
and people would get pissed if they just like pay per view. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you could charge it half price, hoping twice the people would show up. Like you could be like,
Yes.
But then again, I don't think people would. You couldn't accept it on something like Twitch. So, like, what I'm saying is that after the movie already aired, like take an older movie, like a Ghibli movie, they could have just watch along on that. They wouldn't have to charge for that, and then it'd be a good way to fanfare. I don't know, like gaming already has a solution. Gaming should, as long with all the gaming conventions ending, they're fine because a lot of their stuff is online anyway. Thanks to Twitch, they can do like a lot of their events like GDQ and all that stuff, which already happened, which was great. But events online for people to like interact with and share with all the social stuff.
Yeah.
But with anime, besides just watching anime, that kind of puts us in a bind.
How come?
Because anime is a visual medium, and you're just kind of just watching it like you're watching a TV. You're not interacting it like with games. So maybe like if you
Unless you yell at the screen.
Okay, there has been stuff like that with like at conventions where like everybody will like watch a spoofed version of like Sailor Moon R, and then everybody kind of commentates in the background, and that's a fun time. You can't really do that online unless
you're like in a call.
Well, yeah, unless you're in a call, and then you have.
I feel like that's kind of like the energy that what is it? I've seen like recently that on YouTube like seasonal anime, like episode by episode, people are like taking a bunch of different like reactions to the episode and like putting them all on one screen. So then like it looks like 9 or 10 people are like watching the episode at the same time.
Oh, I know
and
exactly.
It kind of has the energy of like them in a call together.
Yeah,
like, watching it.
Yeah, I see that. I'm kind of on the fence about it because I like the idea.
But I don't watch them, but like I know that they exist.
Yeah, I don't watch them, but I like the idea. The issue is audio. Everyone's got like different audio setups, and like you're gonna have the one.
Sometimes it's really hard to hear people.
Yeah, like because obviously if you're doing those, you shouldn't watch those for watching the anime. You should watch that video for watching the other people react to it, like the energy from it. Otherwise, just watch the damn anime on your own. But
yeah. Well, that's usually like I only like watch them if like I've seen like an anime episode that like no one else has seen, and I just want to see how someone else watches it. I'm just like, how?
Yeah, and I think, but my issue with that, you're gonna have the one guy, and it always happens. The one guy whose audio is so bad that it's ear splitting, and it hurts so bad. You want to turn it off and crawl in the corner and be like, no comprendo. Help me! I'm stuck in a box.
And this guy's screaming at me. I'm being screamed at.
So, like, in times, I mean, besides us YouTubers, like, making content still, because that doesn't change. You can just make content if you're not sick like I am right now. Stupid runny nose from allergies. Because it's also allergy season, and this is going to confuse people. So if you say you're sick, and, like, everyone's like, sick, get away from us, it'll be like, I just have allergies, man.
I don't have allergies. Can't relate.
Oh, well, good for you.
Good for me.
Good for you.
I have asthma, so as soon as someone sees
it's
me using an inhaler,
easy.
they're gonna be like, "Wait, using an inhaler? Yeah, because I have asthma."
Oh no, dude.
I don't have hard of breath. This corona does. I just already have it from the start. That's not the coronavirus. That's just me.
See, Lamp gets it. Lamp's not in the healthy boy club right now.
No.
No, I've had it for years at this point. It comes and goes. Luckily for now, it decided to not wake me up at 3 in the morning by choking me, but I'll wait,
That sounds really bad though. Like, are you doing alright?
Yeah, no, it comes and goes. It just decides that some nights, oh hey, you're gonna need to wake up now. It's like, okay, cool. It's 4 a.m. Great.
You awake now.
All right. Let's do a chat check. What does the chat say, Lamp?
So, there's. Let's see. So is that where we stopped? Let's see. For cons, you need to shower. It's a fact you need to shower, especially if you're doing 24 hours straight. Airbnbs also probably smell like couch. Hide your kids, hide your wives. It's time to stop listening to the media. We're not seeing the articles about recovery rate from the victims. Apparently they are getting better. Yeah. So basically, what are allergies? I don't know.
Martha has some wafers. I want wafers.
What are allergies? I don't know her.
I'm eating brownie brittle. Does that count as wafers?
Martha has wafers. I want.
I have currently consumed my food for the while, so I am okay.
What was it?
Huh?
Yeah, what'd you eat?
I said, what was it? Pay no attention to the girl eating brownie brittle on the mic.
Heck yeah.
Don't actually remember. It was at work, and I forgot what it was.
It was a mystery.
I'm running on less than 4 hours of sleep right now, so I'm gonna have some brain issues. I got square brain right now.
Square brain.
Sorry.
No, that's my usual. I opened today, so.
The square brain that tries to go in the round head.
Exactly. I got square brain.
It won't fit.
Any other interesting comments before we move on, Lamp?
Give wafers.
That's me.
Oh my god!
Oh, wafers.
Here, just take them. Take them.
So I think we can move on.
Alright, so, man, it's only been 37 minutes. I'm trying to think. I don't want to change to the crying thing now because once I get to Hanako, I ain't gonna stop.
Gotta let it go. Let it breathe.
Are you talking to me, the same girl that still hasn't let go of Yu-Gi-Oh's untimely death?
Okay, point, but still.
I'm still not letting that go, Lamp. He didn't deserve to die that way. Sayo may be busted, but that was the one good thing it had, and they got rid of it. They got rid of my boy. And I will be salty about it until I see progress.
Fair enough.
Every anime fan's got that one grudge that they won't let go in anime. That's one of mine. I mean, the other one is that weird fascination of isekai now kind of turning in on itself, and it's still, oh my god, they canceled the baseball anime. I don't know why I said that, but no, the Ghibli Museum is closed. No. Oh. I'm reading news while what was I saying? Shit.
I don't remember.
Yeah. Wait.
Square brain.
Yeah, square brain. Nope, never mind.
That was before that. Okay, I was talking about my boy. And how he does. Talk about grudges.
Oh, okay. You were gonna talk about Hanako, and then I said let it breathe, and then you're talking
Hanako.
about and then you're talking about Yu-Gi-Oh and Kaiba and the Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Oh yeah. I was, before we get to Hanako, I was like, oh yeah, there's one more thing. Like, there are, like, for example, and there's like this anime called Number 24, which is a sports anime.
What? Sounds like my kind of anime. That's my username.
Yeah, Number 24 is this rugby? It's either rugby or it's...
Wait, I don't play rugby. Oh, no.
Or football. I can't tell from the picture. It's rugby. Yeah, it's rugby. Anyway, they're delaying their last 3 episodes, like, till April.
Oh, no.
Reminds me of the anime that just never finished. Because when you get into that, then that makes me worried. Because what they just don't finish?
It makes me think of Kekkai Sensen, how, like, the last episode took forever. Mm-hmm. But that was, like, forever ago.
Yeah.
Still really good, though. And it was totally worth it.
You want to know another anime from the past?
Yeah?
That had a long wait between episodes? Wolf's Rain. Who remembers Wolf's Rain?
Yay, Wolf's Rain.
Wait. Okay, Lamp, you know what I'm talking about. Remember when Wolf's Rain had that had that long ass break.
Yeah.
What was that?
Man, I forgot the episode, but I know you're talking about it. I used to watch that show a lot when I was younger, and now I kind of lost track of half the story. Damn it.
Was it like long running or only like 12 episodes?
It was back during the time when they didn't care about episode length.
Yeah.
Oh.
And also, Wolf's Rain's ending apparently wasn't up to stuff, so they released an OVA officially afterwards as the actual ending.
I didn't see the OVA. Oh god, I need to see the OVA of how it actually ended.
There's an OVA they released that's like the more official explained ending, and it's a lot more like that. So yeah, that's a different topic altogether, though.
I'm trying to
I'm used
look.
to OVAs being just filler stuff.
I'm trying to think of I know the shit got delayed.
Also, apparently Martha says, which I'm assuming is in regards to Hanako, or sorry, that or the voice earlier. Do it, Shannen, or write you a letter.
Do what?
I think you're talking about
The Yu-Gi-Oh thing?
No, the Yu-Gi-Oh. I was picking on it.
Yeah,
I already made a video about Yu-Gi-Oh and getting it all my shit out. I couldn't. But I need something to really hit me up on that. But his death has been mourned in that video, and
F
plus F for respect. I was looking up real quick. About what episode Wolf's Rain got delayed. Cause man, that show spoke to me on a spiritual level. Blah 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 blah. It defined bones. Blah 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 blah. The Wolf's Rain has 2 endings.
Woo.
Which had a blah 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 blah. TV series saw the series come to a steering climax in part 26. Blah 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 blah. Oh god, that thing was 4 parts. Jesus Lord. I'm trying to remember because you remember back. So it had a break because of something, and then it came back and had a 4 episode. It had 4 episodes of recap because it's been so as long.
Yeah,
and that was still in the DVD. And I was like,
really?
what? Yeah, it was still in the DVD of those 4 episodes of recap.
I was gonna say, your interspecies reviewer fascination might have had roots elsewhere.
Where?
Oh goodness.
Wolf's Rain.
You have something you want to tell the class?
Wolves. I thought never mind.
Wolves?
No, to explain to the class. Explain to the we don't get the joke
You have
class.
something you want to explain to the class?
The discussion that we had about the interspecies and that one character, I'm like, maybe it has some roots from Wolf's Rain then. The height in that shit.
Oh my god! No.
Lord.
No. The only person that would be close, first of all, they're wolves, not hyenas. Wolves.
I know, but tangential enough, technically.
Tangential, but the only one that I would see kind of is Kiba, and even then it's no, Kiba was a beautiful boy. He didn't need to that he had his moment, his epicness. So I don't get the whole girl was a flower thing. When I think about it, because we see them as humans, with this turn into a discussion about Wolf's Rain, right at this point. Wow. I always imagine them, when they're in human form, I literally just imagine them, running around the, wasteland, carrying a flower in their mouth. Because that girl's a flower. And all that shit, and blah, 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 blah. Okay, I gave up looking at the date of when it happened, but it's the corona. This is similar to a lot of the delays with the coronavirus. That was my point of bringing up Wolf's Rain. Yeah, I'm back on track, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I brought shows are getting delayed, and I'm scared they say they might come back at a certain date. They most likely will, but you never know. Some of the more lesser known anime or studios will probably whatchamacallit. I hope they come back on time, because you know how delays could get worse and worse and worse and worse until they become unknown lost media.
Persona 5.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
Morty
Persona 5 wasn't lost, but it was a big delay.
Also, someone says, how's Meliodas doing, by the way?
Meliodas is doing great. I need to take him to the shop eventually, but this PC's still running. He's still doing it. This short stack. All right.
Yeah.
It's been about 15. I think we can finally talk about.
Have a good cry about Hanako.
Yeah.
What? Wait. Are we at
It's about-
spoilers?
I literally like made like a whole video where I just fucking like scream about the Me-Too episode.
Oh yeah, spoilers.
I don't know if you saw that.
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers.
Spoilers.
So we gotta like
Spoilers.
spoilers.
Spoilers. And now
Spoilers.
then. Mitsuba, no!
Mitsuba!
No!
I like screamed so loud in that video, and people were like, "Shakespeare could never display this level of emotion over."
Why? Oh yeah, we should explain what Hanako is. So, toilet-bound Hanako.
The worst part was I knew it was coming because I read the manga and I knew that it was gonna like happen. That
I
way.
haven't read the manga at all, so it
But I'm
kind of
just
just
still like,
it slapped me in the face. Like I knew. Like anyway,
It
toilet-bound
hurt.
for the umpteenth people in the room that have no idea what the fuck we're talking about. Toilet-bound Hanako is a winter anime coming out right now that came from a manga, and it's you know that thing, you know that old folklore you always hear in Japanese anime about Hanako-san in the bathroom,
like
and,
with the red and the blue.
and the red,
Oh.
and like you know those 7 wonders of the school, and how Hanako-san is a little girl that'll help you do stuff if you like, and she'll take away stuff, blah blah
Knock
blah
on
blah
the
blah.
stall.
Well, in this iteration of the story, Hanako is a boy, who
Hanako boy.
Hanako-kun is a boy that haunts the girl's bathroom. We don't know why he's a boy yet. At least I have from
He's just vibing.
he just
Well, they kind of like he kind of says like, oh, like that part specifically is not right.
yeah.
So I guess it's just like misinformation.
Like I know at the end of episode 1 in the previews they're like, why a boy? She's like, why a boy? And
I
he's like,
succumbed to lust.
I succumbed to lust. It's like, oh my god.
That's how it happens.
And Hanako, and he says the main character, the main character is this girl named Yashiro.
Yashida.
And she's basically a 90s boy crazy girl that'll go from boy to boy, and her issue is that she likes boys every time, and she realizes
she's like a hopeless romantic.
Yeah, she's a hopeless romantic who realizes she doesn't care who she gets her giblets from, as long as she gets those feeling giblets from somebody. And
As long as she gets the love and appreciation and romance.
and the romance. So, but I feel like the whole point of that is to make her change that worldview, or like
Yeah, I kind of like how like in the first episode she like stops herself instead of like having to be stopped. And,
I don't
like,
know
she
if
realizes like on her own, and she's like, no wait.
I don't know if it's about stopping herself. I feel like she only realized it till it was way too late. Like she already. The thing already.
I mean, it wasn't like way too late. Like she didn't like give Terry the fish scale.
Yeah, she didn't give it the fish. Oh yeah, but she still ate the fish scale. And it's like,
Yeah.
and
That
now
was just her being dumb. Like she was like, if you don't tell me, I'm gonna swallow it.
What do you think about Hanako-kun? Because he's a goddamn little shit. I don't know.
He's
I'm
a little shit, but I like his voice. Like I'm only used to like hearing Megumi Ogata as like Komaeda, and so hearing him like as a different role, I'm like, ah, nice.
I
You know,
actually really do
different
like
role.
his voice. I'm gonna say this right now, so to get it out of the way.
It's very good.
I do secretly have a thing for like the little shit characters because they act so seductive while being so childish, and you're like, God damn it! It's like it makes you question things about life. CL Phantom Hive was like that
yeah,
too.
and you can just like grab memes from them too when they act like that. Like it's a little sexy, and you just like take that out of context.
Yeah, like little devil or little shit types like him and CL. Who else in anime is like a little shit?
Little shit. I was gonna say Kano from Kage Pro, but that's probably kind of obscure.
Basically, they have the body of a child or the mind of a child, but they do too many seductive or devilish things to be really taken seriously as a child. You might as well make them an adult, but
I can be your angle or your devil.
like they're very misleading. They're very misleading and all that stuff. No, I don't think. Let's see. I don't think none of those three Martha. Meliodas is not really Meliodas is a little shit, but not the little shit like. He's the open pervert type, more than a little shit, even though he's literally a little shit. Alibaba's not really. Alibaba is the hopeless virgin archetype, because the running joke in Magi is that he's a virgin. Man, I like to pick on the fact he's a virgin. And Edward Elric, okay, he's
little, but like he isn't a shit intentionally.
Yeah, he's not a shit intentionally. We're talking about like with Hanako-kun, and that's why I keep saying CL Phantom Hive, because that's the other old big little shit I know. Also, there's the kid from The World Is Still Beautiful. He's a little shit. I'm one of the only people that know about that show. It's essentially they tend to be these people with high power. Like these characters do tend to have high power, right? Or they have some kind of ace up their sleeve, and they have like the mentality and they have like the sexual mentality, or at least the maturity of a kind of adult, but they're more like they want to be kids, but life didn't. They want to be kids, but life really never let them to be kids, so they were forced to grow up in the small bodies they have.
That reminds me of Hanako spoilers, like the whole 5th episode thing. Ow! The fact that, like, am I allowed to say spoilers?
Episode 5? We said spoilers.
No, wait, episode 6.
We said
warning, spoilers alert to anyone watching who hasn't watched all of Hanako.
We've already like splewed the spoilers thing. So how about this?
Yeah.
You keep the manga spoilers out. We're on the 10th episode, so keep the manga
spoilers out.
All right, so go ahead.
The whole like Hanako thing, how like we see him in episode 6, and like he's all hurt, and he's not like telling Tsuchigamori like who hurt him, and like he has like this ambition to like go to the moon, but that he doesn't want to, and he decides like, oh, I'm staying here. It's so sad.
It's very ominous, and that's what I mean. Like little shit's characters tend to be really ominous. It feels like they feel
like he was being really like spooky. Like he was just sitting on the windowsill, and Tsuchigamori is like, "No, stop! What are you doing?"
They tend to be either really spooky or very spiteful to the world. Like life gave them lemons, and they threw those lemons out the window. They're like,
didn't make grenades out of them?
No,
there's a character in Hanako named Lemon.
It's more
his
like
name is Lemon.
It's more like an adult would give them lemons, tell them to squeeze out the lemonade with their bare hands, and not give them any help at all. So they take those lemons.
They're like, I'm a child. My hands are small. I can't.
They basically have to learn by themselves to take those lemons, go up to the adult, tackle the adult, and shove them up their eyeballs until they spree to death. Like little shits, man, have really dark backstories in anime.
Yeah.
Apparently Martha says, I was hoping you get to the point where you said you have a thing for blondies with tragic backgrounds.
Not all of them have not all of my blondies, like my crush on blondies, have tragic backgrounds. Surprise!
It's like saying white-haired anime boys die.
To be more precise, it just became like a big coincidence how everything was like blonde. Most of my crushes were blondes. Now it's like they either are blonde crazy or they're blonde goofy or crazy. Like I love the rail chaser from Baccano, but he's a fucking murderer.
It's so weird sometimes. Like sometimes like you love the characters that are like that, and other times you're like, no, I hate you. You know.
Mm-hmm. It's the charisma.
Like I like Hanako, but Tsukasa, nah.
It's like Hanako and Tsukasa have very similar personalities, but there's this one thing that changes in one of them, you automatically hate the other one. Like Hanako, does anybody remember that horror anime? I watched it with my friend called what was it called? It involved a girl with pink hair, and it's about a girl. No, it was about a girl.
Or no, Gakko Gurashi?
Okay, there's a lot of girls with pink hair in horror anime. Okay, let me be more specific. It's about it's about a high school girl who's trying to find what love is, and she finds love in like an elementary school girl.
What?
Happy
Sugar Life.
Yes, Happy Sugar Life.
Was fucked.
You know the aunt in Happy Sugar Life?
Up.
You had an aunt in Happy Sugar Life that just took everything. That was her definition of love.
Pretty much like every character in that show was like just messed up except for like Shio herself, like the tiny child.
I feel like that, but she did get corrupted in the end.
Yeah.
She got way messed up.
Yeah, really. I was so upset because, like, I don't know what I was expecting, but I guess I was expecting it to, like, be happy. I wasn't expecting the best friend to die. That messed me up. I was, like, so upset because she was my favorite.
I expected her to die.
No! I was so upset. It caught me off guard. Like, what is it? She takes the picture and, like, it, like, has it, like, shot where it, like, freezes. It's like, boom. And I'm like, oh, no. Oh, no. And I, like, I said jokingly at that moment, I'm like, oh, she's dead. And then she actually gets stabbed. I'm like, no!
Yeah, like, what was it called? What's her face? Like, Hoodie Boy. Hoodie Boy, I expected to die, but he didn't.
I mean, it's kind of worse off for him, because, like, he now knows where Shio is after looking for all these years, and it's like, he can't have that still.
Because Shio's kind of gone off the rails.
Yeah.
I mean, I think she still is in her care. She's still an elementary school kid, so she has no choice to be with her brother legally.
Yeah, really.
So,
like, I don't know where she's going.
She has to be with her brother, because legally that's what it would be.
Yeah.
He would be her legal guardian. It'd just be a messed up relationship with trying to make her a normal person. She doesn't want to be a normal person. Yeah. But anyway, back to Hanako. The whole point was the whole point is that the aunt lady reminds me of Tsukasa a little bit.
Yeah, really, like, all messed up and, like, just traumatizing, like, fucking.
Because
like,
what we learn, and I'm not gonna take that major spoiler, because what we learn in, like, the recent episode, I have not actually gotten to the 10th episode. I'm on the 9th one.
That's fair. That's fair.
So, like,
10's good. It came out, like, just yesterday.
Yeah. So, like, and we learned some shit, and
yeah.
When he said that the way he says things to, like, Hanako, it's more like, yeah, that reminds me of that aunt, like, this whole thing about, oh, accept everything.
Yeah, because, like, she's, like, really clingy, and she's like, oh, like, I love you, like, you know, you're so cool, but then is also, like, really messed up, like, oh, remember when, like, you killed me and stabbed me? That was cool.
Yeah.
And the aunt would be like, hey, like, what you're doing is messed up, and I'm proud of you, but also, haha, stupid.
Yeah, like, the aunt was way messed up in that show. Like, we're jumping back to Happy Sugar Life, where, like, she
showed that all to Sato. Like, she was like, hey, child, watch me get abused.
She was, like, one part whore, one part punching bag, one part, weapon test subject. Like, she would invite
one
guys.
Part exhibitionist, like, hey, watch me.
So essentially, she would try to lure guys of any type into, like, for example, you remember how she ever lured that cop? She lured the cop into the apartment, and she was like, oh, you look so sexually frustrated. Let me take care of that for you. I'll take all your love and frustration. Cause, like,
yeah, really. So
say, like, a guy wants to beat up somebody up, they'll just go to her and she'll let them beat her up. That's why she's always covered in bandages.
And it'd be weird though, cause she's, like, so insistent on it, like with the cop.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she, like, basically insists. She's like, no, I know you're hiding something. Come on, punch me. Come on, do it. No balls.
And at first, he almost does it until she says all that weird, creepy shit.
Yeah, and then, like, the female has to stop him, like, no. But then, like, in the episode where the friend dies, she has, like, the cop's hat, so, like, I guess she did something to him.
No, I think the cop showed up later to get, to get some.
I don't know if, like, she did something to him or if, like, he got some. Like,
no, I think he got some. I think he became a client and got some. There's no way he didn't get some, because she'll take anybody's love, even if they're, like, a married person or something. I mean, we don't know about that cop's life.
Yeah.
But, like, anyway, I don't know how, I think the power of, this is a prediction about, I think for Yashiro, I think with Hanako, we'll find, at least with because since love is such a big part of the show, I think she'll find some kind of, like, at least meaning. I know he's dead, but, like, she'll find some meaning of you can't just, like, love everybody. She'll still be boy crazy, I think, by the end of the series, but maybe she'll come to understanding that you can't just do certain things with anybody. Like, it has to be with a certain person you accept feelings with. Because they keep...
Well, she kind of, like, is self-aware of that in episode 5, I think it is, where... What is it? Hanako's like, oh, like, why don't you just go date Teru, the student council president? And she's like, no, you don't get it. It's like an idol. It's like, I just indulge in the fantasy of romance with him.
I thought that was just a trope because, you know, the whole dazzling person doesn't actually end up with anybody because the date. And, like, when we now...
Well, I highly doubt it'll work out anyways.
Yeah, I mean, now that we know that he's kind of like... He's not... He's like an exorcist. He's like the older brother.
Tara's scary.
Yeah, I feel like he's the type that indiscriminately hates spirits for some reason.
Am I allowed to in the anime they cut out an arc that already happened by this point in the story?
It might get
won't be happening because like
it won't be. You think?
Yeah, because like they've already like long since passed it.
Do you think
like they kind of just like sprinkled stuff about it in like episode 7 with the conversation that Teru and Ko had?
Go ahead.
So basically it was like an entire arc where Ko, you know, the his little brother, it like shows like a flashback of him going like, oh my god, I want to be just like you one day, and he like always looked up to him, and Teru basically like finds Hanako and just starts like hitting him up with the sword and just like torturing Hanako, and Ko's like, stop, don't, and Teru's like just being really freaky and scary, and Hanako's like, oh, you can't get rid of me yet, like I still have things I need to do here, and you know, Ko like stops him and is like, you know, like, I'll decide what to do with Hanako, not you.
Pardon me, I'm sneezing. I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep going.
But yeah, Ko basically is like, I'll decide what to do with Hanako, like, stop treating me like an idiot, like, just because I'm your younger brother. Like, I can handle this. And Teru's like, alright. But they kind of, trimmed it down in the anime and kind of just made it, like, a chill conversation.
They could have a season 2. We don't know.
Well, because they kind of, like, treaded the same ground of the conversation, just, like, after the donuts.
After the donuts, I see.
Like, Hanako wasn't there, so, like, you know, the whole fight thing didn't happen.
Here's what I don't understand.
It was, like the same basic...
With seasonal anime being 12 episodes at the minimum, I don't think it's going to end at 12 episodes unless they do an anime-only ending.
They have to do a season 2, because, like, they're covering a lot of stuff, but, like, there's still a lot to cover. And, like, it seems like they're, like, they want to get somewhere.
I think that the part you're talking about actually might be research. If they do a part 2, like they continue on with episode 13 in another season.
I feel like they'll do at minimum 2 seasons.
Well, yeah, but with seasonal anime, instead of just keep going, instead of keep like, well, My Hero's the exception because everybody wants My Hero, but normally they don't know the reception as well. They'll take a break between seasons.
Yeah, I feel like there'll be a break, yeah.
So I think what will happen is that we'll have a preliminary showdown between Hanako and his brother, and then, like, he'll feel some things, and then with the power of Yashiro, also, I think my theory is, and don't tell me if I'm right in the manga or not, is Yashiro, like, remember the library episode, and, like, he's like, oh, yeah, the priestess? If Yashiro's a priestess, like, legit.
Yeah, people are raising eyebrows at that. It took me forever to notice it.
I noticed at the first part, in the first...
I'm dumb, okay?
I noticed at the first time, I was like, wait, priestess? She's secretly a priestess?
People are still raising eyebrows at that.
Like,
crazy.
Because, like, remember, and then it made me click, because in episode 1, Hanako's like, normally people can't see me anyway. Can't see her do things. So he's supposed to grant wishes, right? But why would he say normally people can't see him anyway? That would only mean that only certain people can see the apparitions.
I feel like, what is it? I guess just like people with like a better like spiritual kind of thing. Like Ko can see him because he's like an exorcist. Maybe like Nene has like a good like sixth sense or something. Like maybe that's what they're implying, or.
And we haven't seen all 7 wonders because, so, I mean, I hope they don't give it a Rangakongatari ending or a No Game No Life ending of this will be continued in the manga or the original story, and we never get an extra season. I'll be so pissed. I do love the art, man. I think that's one of the best.
The art is so good.
The art is great.
I've heard that some people like are getting annoyed at like the manga paneling, but I think it's like a nice and unique touch, and I really like it.
I think the manga paneling adds to the whole idea of it's because of how it looks like one of those Japanese,
like it's stylized.
Yeah, those Japanese yokai pictures you see. So that's why.
Yeah, so like you like read it and like.
So it makes sense that they have the actual manga panels. Yeah. It's kind of similar to what they did in Hakume and Mikochi, where in Hakume and Mikochi, they took a more like Winnie the Pooh storybook vibe.
Yeah.
So that's why there was panels in that. But I don't know, man. I just feel like between all that, there's a lot of feels. And was this tagged as a romance or a shonen romance? Because like normally when it's shonen, that's gonna be my big pet peeve. Like they're talking about like all the things like love really heavily. But if it's a shonen, you know how it is. You know how there's like when there's when romance and shonen are in the same tagline, like they don't really get around to actual romance until like way too late in the series. Like a la Naruto.
I feel like, what is it? Sometimes with like series like this, sometimes I just like watch it without like looking at the genres, and then I'm kind of just like in my head, I'm like, oh yeah, sometimes they do this, sometimes they do that. Because I get really confused sometimes where it's like, oh, it's a shonen, and then like it'd be like cooking anime or something, I'd be like, shonen.
Because sometimes, and I mean like with the demographics, because with the demographics, okay, this one has comedy, school, and supernatural, so romance is not a main tag of it. But romance is a big part of it. I mean, then again, it might just be like friendship because, you know, he's a ghost, but...
Yashida wrote the tags. She wants romance.
But Nene, but that's like Nene's main shtick. Not shit.
She hacked into the site and made romance a tag.
So, like, my issue with that would be they need to do something with it. They can't just, like...
Yeah.
Float it around. I would be pissed with that.
They don't do nothing. Well, like episode 5, like they had the scene with the confession tree.
Yeah, but then and that was getting somewhere. So I would like them to kind of develop a little more. They don't have to go like boyfriend and girlfriend, but I would like to address it.
It develops, yeah. Don't worry.
It better develop because I'm calling bullshit.
It does. Don't worry.
Okay. Because that's one of my pet peeves in anime. When something is marked as a shonen and it tries to do romance elements in it, and then it only floats it about.
No. They like go with the romance.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good.
I don't want to spoil, so I'm not like saying anything specific.
Yeah, don't spoil it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it.
I mean,
what is it? In
comparison to Tsukasa, I think. Now the question is, will Tsukasa die, or will he train? I'm kind of I think he'll get to the point where he'll do that whole phase in anime where, oh, he'll always smile and love things, but then like something, he tries to mess up something and it doesn't go his way, and that one thing makes him like get angry, and then through the whole angry rage Sasuke mode, main character comes in and be like, power of friendship, or like power of the light talk no jutsu, you know, that revelation era that kind of gets into his feels, and then he's like, but then he's like, it's too late for me now because I've already gone deeper than anything else.
Play.
Okay, I got another theory. The teacher. Oh wait, keep going.
Yeah. What about the teacher? I like how he has like the spider limbs. I'm sad because like
I think he's kind of cute. I like that
in the
design.
Library. The one part in the manga, there's like one panel in the library episode where like he like bounces back on his hind legs. Yeah. And they didn't put that in the anime. I'm so sad.
I think I really like the teacher's design. It's kind of my type. It's definitely my type.
I really like him. A lot of people are into him. In the manga, like it was like a couple panels, but in the anime, they really dragged out the shot where like he eats the butterfly and then he swallows it, then he licks his lips.
It's great.
And now like everyone just loves him, and everyone's like, "Marry me."
He's great. My theory is, was he a apparition from the start, or like, where did it start? That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, it was like confirmed in the episode that he was at the time when he was a teacher. Like he kept like going back to the books of the future to like reassure himself whenever he was worried about Amane as a student. He's like, no, look, like these books of the future, they say that he's gonna become like a science teacher.
Yeah.
And so he was still like Tsuchigamori like at that time.
Do you
He's
have
just
any?
kinda, like,
Do
keeping
you
on
have
the
any
down
like
low.
gripes about the show so far? Just the anime, like.
About the anime?
Yeah.
Well, some people are whining that it skipped the arc I said before with Ko, the Young Exorcist arc, and the Little Mermaid arc, which is another thing. It was like when the donut episode happened,
Mm-hmm.
after Tsukasa like faded away, and then when he like came back into the broadcast room and he was like, I'm back. In between that and the manga, there was like a little mini arc where the fish from the like mermaid from episode 1 are like, hey Yashido, come be underwater with us, and she's like, oh my god, I don't know if I should or not. And it's kind of just like I guess it has its merits, but like in terms of like, if we gotta cut something, then like it makes sense to cut that. But a lot of people are disappointed because at the end of it, the puffer fish that tried to convince Yashio to come underwater gets taken by Tsukasa, literally like in the broadcasting room. He has it with him and he's like, a fish, I wonder what its insides are like. And Sakura's like, don't kill it. And he like takes a pen and he's like, I'm just gonna take a little peek, and he stabs it. And it's kind of just like like it messed a lot of people up. They're like, what, why'd you do that?
Oh god.
And it was kind of just like one of those things to like let you know that like he's spooky.
So you're basically saying because they're skimming all of the more inside, more flavor text arcs. I'm not even gonna say filler. I'm more like stuff that explains more things. That it's kind of just going to it's kind
of like they're sprinkling something different things, but they cut the fish thing out entirely.
I think it'd be its own fault if it runs into the manga by the 12th episode. I don't see it running into the manga. Like we barely got started.
Yeah, no, it won't run into the manga. The way I see it, with the way they did episode 10, I don't know if you saw like the very end of episode 9.
Not
but
yet.
It told you,
I literally took a break to get on the podcast because.
Oh no, you haven't seen the episode 9 where
Yeah, I'm at the part where they went
party?
to the tea part with the tea party. I haven't finished the tea party yet.
Okay. But basically, with what they're doing in the 10th episode, and that they have like 2 episodes left, I think that they're gonna end on that arc because that arc like lasts a good while, and I feel like it's like a good climax to like end season 1 on, like a what are we gonna do now kind of thing, and it has like emotions to it. And even then, that's about like 35-ish chapters into the manga, and so far the manga's at like chapter like 63-ish.
Oh.
And so I think it's good. Like if I wanted to like go for another season.
I think it
just
definitely
need to like
should.
kind of slow its horses down
it's
and not
a
skip arcs again.
show. It's a very standout show with a different art style, and it really kind of makes things different. The reason I haven't gotten like it's kind of reasons why that and Azuken are the ones I want besides interspecies reviewers.
Azuken.
Why that and Azuken are the ones I'm watching so much. Oh,
it's so good.
Tall Girl's great. I'm still on episode 5 of that.
Oh, it's really good. In one of the new episodes, you get to see Tall Girl as a little child.
What?
And it's so cute. Yeah, everyone's calling her Mini Mori.
Mini Mori.
And she's just like a little child, and she's like at the shop. She's like, I can help out at the shop, and like she like shovels like near the vending machines, and she gets a little tiny allowance money, and she's like hee, and I'm like, oh, she's so cute.
He ho Mini Mori ho Mini Mori. Oh, I don't know what I was doing my
She's so cute.
She's
it
so
also
cute.
shows Kanamori? Wait. No, that's the tall one. The medium one, the model. I'm dumb. Mizusaki. Like whenever they say the names, I always get so mixed up because like they always add "shi" to the end of it, and so I'm just like here at him like Mizusaki shi. It shows her as a kid too, and like she helps her grandmother walk better because like she learns about like walking and like animation and like how like the body moves, and it's so wholesome.
Aww.
Like Azuken is just like such a mood lifter, honestly.
It's such big mood. Azuken, big mood.
And just like showing like, production and like, like kind of like the creative process like Asakusa. Like I really relate to her a lot. like having ideas, but then sometimes like being too shy to like put them forward, or wanting to like do things but like not having the ideas. Like Sayaka would like get on her case, like, or kind of more you get on her case, like, oh, but how is like, you know, this plot point gonna link to that plot point? She's like, I don't know, it's just gonna happen, man. I have it in my head. She's like, we'll put it on the paper.
I feel a lot like Mori in the fact that like when I make videos, I have to like, I want to get it just right, or like the script right, and I don't have the inspiration to like what I'm gonna write here about the script. And then, but I know that I have to get stuff on time so I can get it to Lamp, and then Lamp does his thing.
Oh no, a lot of time I go completely like Asakusa mode, where I'm just like, I'll be driven by the ideas and fuck everything else. Like, I want to make a cool video, and I'll just like sit down one day and be like, this will be cool, and then editing will happen, and then it'll be cool, and I kind of just like let it happen. I like Asakusa a lot. She's very good and like realistic.
Speaking of Lamp,
I also really love the character designs.
Since you've been so quiet, Lamp, because I know like Hanako.
I haven't watched Hanako. So
are you alright?
Yeah, I just haven't watched Hanako, so I wouldn't know anything about it.
It's fine. Like this is probably like karma for the whole like I wasn't very conscious during the whole potatoes art thesis thing. Man, that episode I checked out so hard. We had an episode with Rika from
I think we were talking about art, and yeah, there was a bunch of conversations about art.
Yeah, and I checked out because while I was being an art student, I was like, nope, someone just let them do things. So now Lamp has to feel pain. Anyway, speaking of,
I don't watch this show. I'm sorry.
But you know what you have been watching? You have been watching the chat. Tell us what the chat's been saying.
Well,
what's the chat saying? Oh yeah,
Martha
Kev and Abe.
Martha says they stopped watching anime since they started work. Same thing with the reading manga. Sasuke, I'm too shrouded in darkness, Naruto. Your therapy shall not work on me. Martha says that they're now a candle addict. And yeah, Secret Code earlier says, yeah, it depends on the audience reception. A lot of anime that end up with only one season, that's why. Nene in Nene voice, if the directors can't get love, I will. I
have a question for Secret Code. What's the secret code to? Is it the magic pasta recipe? Is it the secret code to get?
Give us the secret code.
Is it the secret launch codes?
Is it the secret code to Mitsuba being happy?
Oh, we know the answer to
that.
Is it the secret
code to Mitsuba's happiness?
I know.
Please?
Keep it in. Don't cry. It's to.
Please.
I know. It was sad to see him go the way of the dodo. He got Falcon Punch. Damn.
He turned into a donut. I literally, like, when that happened, I was, like, watching the episode. I was like, this isn't what Hanako meant when he said he liked donuts. And people were yelling at me for it. They're like, why'd you say that?
Oh, my God. He got Go-Go Power Rangered. He also got, what else we got in the chat, Lamp, while I try to make other analogies to that scene. He got plugged. He got plug it in. He got
not much new besides the K-Go Pro gives you a shout out. The Kage Pro 24 also Ranger smells.
What up? Hey.
Ranger
smells good.
Go Power Rangers.
There is no cheat code to Mitsuba's happiness, says secret code.
Up, down, left, right.
Left, right, B-A, die.
He got Tazunud.
No!
Oh!
Did not.
He got a visit from the Michelin Man, and now he's too tired. Ha! Now he's too tired. It's okay.
I dressed as Mitsuba yesterday. It was actually pretty great.
Oh, I saw. I spied on your. I spied on your thing.
Whoa. Wholesome.
It's wholesome. I just feel like he gone. I wouldn't say he. What are other things? He got gone the way of the dodo. He got Swiss cheese. That's a little too on the nose, but he got.
He's a donut.
Yeah, he's a donut. He got pre-Danganronpa'd.
Oh no.
Segue to Danganronpa. You want to explain?
Hey.
Since you do a lot of.
Oh, do I get to talk about the game?
Yeah, you can talk about the game. Go on your thing.
Yay.
Go.
Kind of similar to Danganronpa. Kev knows about it. Ave knows about it in the chat. Secret Code probably knows about it. But there's this game it's called Your Turn to Die, or Kimi ga Shine, and a lot of people that like Danganronpa are like liking that now. But it has more of like a like sort of a different air to it, because like in Danganronpa, you know how like the culprits would like kill people, and then there'd be like a trial like who did it.
Mhm.
But with this game, it's more like a majority vote kind of thing, and like you vote who's supposed to die. But then like there's also like these cards that they have that have like different roles, like sacrifice. Like if the sacrifice gets the most votes from everyone else, then everyone else dies. And like, you know, if the keymaster gets like the most votes, then like everyone else dies. So like you can't like just vote whoever you dislike the most, because they could have like the role that gets everyone killed instead. So it's kind of like people have been comparing it to Town of Salem, where like you need to be like careful as to like who's what role, and you have to like figure it out kind of.
It's more. What Town of Salem are you playing? Most people just in my game pick someone at complete random and then just kind of bullies them into being killed off.
Well, they have like more time to discuss in the game, and they have like they have more reasons to like build off of, and like little things here and there. But
Martha says, "Do you want a letter, Shannen?" And also Secret Code says, "Virgin Danganronpa versus Chad Kimigashine."
I mean, sure, you can always write a letter. Just hit up the channel's email or whatever.
I'll write a letter.
Whatever.
F.
Oh my god. Get out.
F.
F.
Can we get letter M?
Give me an F. Give me an A. Give me an I. L. What does that spell? Fail. That's perfect.
I fail.
To Mitzvah who failed at life and death.
No! Stop that! Stop that! Stop that!
I'm sorry, that's how I deal with sadness. I have to put humor into it or I'm gonna keep crying. So continue with your Towns of Salem.
Well, this game isn't that happy either, and there's another character that has a similar thing happen to them as Mitzvah if you go down one certain route, but I'm not going to say anything more than that. I like donuts.
He got punch hold? Oh, that's another one. He got punch
yay, donuts. Like a hole puncher.
Yeah, he got hole punchered.
But, what is it? There's, like, different routes you can go down, and you can actually have, like, different people alive, so, like, you can, to an extent, choose who, like, lives and dies once you get to like the second chapter.
Mm-hmm.
And so like the branching paths are interesting people. The producer that made it, Nankirai, is like completely independent, making it on this site called like RPG Atsumaru, which is kind of just like make your own RPG kind of site. And you know, he's just like making this game, and it's just reached so many people. And you know, he has like a Twitter, and he retweets fan art, and VG Person translated his game, and so now that's up on VG Person's site so that people could play it in English, and like it's just gaining so much traction, and he's like, you know, on Twitter interacting with the fans, and the new chapter is currently coming out, like the final chapter of the game. Like one chunk of it came out, more of it's gonna come out sometime soon. And everyone's just, you know, really happy about the characters, like, new characters introduced in the last chapter. Like, everyone's already, you know, like, hype about them. And everyone's just loving this game. And I think it's really cool, like, just seeing, you know, like, this, like, just independent thing just go, like, boom, you know?
Like,
I don't know.
Like, independent work getting more exposure.
Yeah. I think it's really cool.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah.
Oh god. Continue.
Also, Martha asked, "What pen does they use?"
What pen?
What pen?
Uh.
Why are you being so Pacific? I mean, use a
Yeah.
ink. Just use an ink. Use a pen, ink, and quill at this point. I don't know what pen you use.
And then someone says, then the Keiko Pro says,
Shinekakuin.
Shinekakuin, your turn to unalive.
It's just really good.
I mean,
Keiko Pro, he's played it, and like it's just really good game.
the question is, like, and that's the thing I don't understand about the whole thing. Like, so
Yeah.
you can't, like, when you're already dead, you can just disappear. Like, do they feel something? I know they explain.
Oh no, you play as the main character.
No, I just mean in general. Like, when I see an anime, like, when they tackle on the what happens after death thing, like in Death Parade.
Oh no, it's not one of those. It's like the characters are alive, and
Okay.
then you can choose which characters die, and then they're dead. They don't like magically come back.
Ah. I mean, I'm not saying they magically come back. I just remember I just remember that episode, which surprisingly had Light Kagami in it.
Whoa. Oh yeah, I remember that. I was like, "What are you doing here?"
Yeah,
that was the same episode where like the like game master guy with the red hair, he like sent the girl to oblivion, and I still don't know why. What did she do wrong?
No. She wasn't sent to oblivion. She asked to go to oblivion with him.
Why though? That's not fair.
You see, cause you know what he did. Cause you know in that episode he was tricking a lot of girls and all that stuff, and one of the girls essentially blew him up and died. So that's how he died. And she was like, and she just fell off the bathroom and died.
She just slipped, yeah.
She was just a normal girl, but she was a fanatic. Right. She was a big fan of his, and she didn't want to see him like go through that alone. And the guy, and like, I remember when it was time to him to go to oblivion, she just went with him. She didn't get forced. She just went with him.
I only saw it once, so I guess I like misinterpreted it when I saw it, and I was salty for all these years.
That's how That's how I interpreted it.
I misinterpreted it then.
I feel like because of the love she had for his music, he didn't want to let her go to oblivion alone. And that scene of what happens, of how they interpret oblivion, is you just fall into a hole, into a bottomless pit until you just disappear.
And then like the ending changed, and it like showed her, I think.
What do you mean?
Like the ending theme.
Oh yeah, like and stuff like that. Also, I really wish they gave us an OVA of Light Kagami going through all that shit.
There was an OVA beforehand.
Wait, there was.
I love the scene.
I mean, there was the OVA with the guy, but
yeah. I like the scene in that episode where she's like falling like down the twister thing, and she's like falling to the spikes, and she's like, "Wait, I died that way? That's so dumb!" And she like stops herself in midair. It's like, what the fuck?
According to chat, apparently he was blown up by the sister of one of his quote-unquote victims, who I think killed herself because he rejected her.
Oh yeah.
It's been so long since I saw it too.
Because I remember how funny it was, because since Death Parade was made by the same people that made Death Note, they put it in. He's like, and the whole thing was like, all right, so you can either choose, and that's what it was. I remember it was like you can either choose to be with this guy, to let this guy die, or this guy die, and the other guy was like Yagami. So we in the audience know. I like how we just
don't let him.
I like how he was just sitting there, and we have to think of our imagination of what his death game was.
It was a prequel this whole time, a prequel to Death Note.
No, that's a sequel because he's dead.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Light's dead. He wouldn't be there if he was alive.
I'm dumb.
He'd probably be there like, because you're not supposed to remember how you died until like afterwards. So like
until stuff gets tense.
Yeah, and then
I like the one episode of Death Parade. I just remembered the one where it was like really wholesome. The one with like the old lady where it was just like nothing was wrong. It was just wholesome old lady. She was just there having a good time.
Yeah, like the prequel.
And that was it.
Yeah, but
that was so fucking heartwarming.
I know, but the thing about that old lady is that that was the wife of the guy in the prequel in Death Billiards.
But she's still chilling.
Yeah,
She's
like
vibing.
that was supposed to be like a little tidbit from the prequel, because in the prequel, the grand, her husband went to die first of old age, and then she went afterwards.
No.
So the prequel was him, and then the episode was her. So she died next of old age. Stuff like that. I like the bowling alley episode. That was pretty
the
wholesome.
couple. That was so cute. I mean, if we're talking about not cute, then what about the one with like the arcade fighting game where like there's like the model and she got so heated over the fighting game, she's like, "Ugh, I need to take a bathroom break. Give me a second."
Yeah,
she gets so angry.
Well, like that's how they have the start of the whole thing of like manipulating death, like how in Hanako they kind of do that where Tsukasa was manipulating Mitsuba. He was like, but in Death Parade it was like how, oh well, is it right to manipulate a person's death just to get them?
I got so annoyed because he was like, like the Wonders are trying to like protect, like the good relationships between supernaturals and humans, but I think they should be however they want. But I'm like, you're the one that turned Mitsuba into this. What are you doing?
Yeah, and that's why it kind of parallels to, in my case, to that whole aspect of Death Parade where should we really be judging them based on like how far, like their like idea was that let's just push them to their most human limit because their most human limit would be the most honest and truthful and raw, so you could judge easier.
Because that is what Tsukasa wants. Like, he flat out says that. He's like, oh, like, I like when people don't hold back, and they, like, he, like, sees that as, like, some kind of honesty, it seems.
But that's flawed, because people do some crazy shit in their rawest form. That's why and then
sometimes, like, you push them to that point. Like, I think the nameless girl in Death Parade, like, calls that out, too. She's like, you're putting them in these dire situations. Aren't you kind of pushing them to that?
Yeah, like the couple episode. Like, the episode with that couple who was doing in show business, how they got that was like the first that was like the first or second episode, and how and how he got the wrong choice, and how the husband went to reincarnate and the wife went to go to oblivion.
He got it wrong.
He got it wrong. It should have been reversed because she only said that because they were pushed to the limit. Like the game.
I think in the arcade episode too, where like she like calls them out. She's like, hey, like, you're the one that's making them play these like dire games where they think they're gonna die. Like, isn't that kind of manipulating them into like being this crazy? Because like they think that everything's at stake.
Yeah, and then like that's like how the manual should work. Like, for example, you wouldn't have to do that to Light Yagami. You know what happened to him.
He crazy.
Like, making them remember what they did, and then like that's why I kind of like the resolution of that, where they're trying, like, it's not a complete fix. Like,
yeah,
they don't think that like he knows at the end that it's gonna be a 1-to-1 thing, but they have to like go at these cases one at a time. They can't just like do what they usually do just to get a result quicker. So like with Hanako, with Tsukasa, I think that seeing people in their rawest form is gonna it has an anarchy perspective of things being more real and true to themselves than they are, but is it always really a good idea? I don't think so.
It's kind of confusing.
Speaking of which, it is, let's check the time. We're on 1 hour and 33 minutes, so we're doing good. Let me check. Anime News Network. I'm trying to see in my notes if there's anything else, because I wanted to talk about for today's episode, because what the hell? Oh, they're like, we have an unexpected error. Sorry about that. Well, you know what? Fuck you.
No.
No. I mean, this is the top stories of like, here's one. Wait, how an animator from Massachusetts worked on Sword Art Online. Oh, I thought that was the whole corona. Nope. It's the E3 getting canceled. I'm kind of glad about that. The Jibaku movie, blah 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 blah. I don't know why I could go to Tokyo Takuma. I don't know why but let's do some behind the scenes talk. I don't know why I always go to Anime News Network for most of my news, because I think I'm just too lazy. I know there's more like Tokyo Otaku Mode or that other place. I forgot that other that has anime news. Oh, Boingo. The word is Boingo. Tokyo Otaku Mode is a shopping network. Well, fuck me. Anyway, I'm just gonna pretend that no, it's news too. It is news too. I was not wrong. It's just, you know how it is. Other than that, Kage, I'm also just spying on your channel right now. Looking at your most popular videos. A lot of them are like clips and compilations. And then there's this weird one about called All of Those Vocaloid References in Sand Planet.
I don't know what to say. Sand Planet came out and it made a bunch of references, and I liked it. It's very old.
Could you tell me what your favorite video was?
Of all time? I'm not super sure. I like ones where like I get to put more effort in them. Like sometimes I'm kind of disappointed when like compilations and stuff like that gets most popular, because then other times like I like go crazy and like make like a cool video, and then at least I think it's cool.
Anybody got time to watch that? I'm kidding.
No, I mean, I get what you're trying to say. Like, we work hard to make these reviews. Like, for example, me and Lamp made a Sonic movie review, and it's not doing so well. And I think, and I know the main reasoning to that is because of timing, because it took 3 weeks to make it, and like,
I wish it wasn't so busy. I would have gotten it done sooner.
Yeah, and I do have that salty mindset of I just wish topical content people didn't get done through it in a week. Cause like who could realistically make a video about that in a week without like too much setup? I mean, we don't have live action on our channel.
Well, okay, I would gladly do so if I had time at post-closing, but me working full-time makes a huge damper on that.
I know it's not your fault, Lamp. I'm not saying it's anybody's fault.
I wish I had time.
I think it's just, like I said before, it's just the essence of, like, topical content of any news, not just anime, and how, like, a topic will go
I'm kind of sad sometimes, because, like, sometimes I like a seasonal anime, but then, like, I can, like, obsess over it. But then, like, after the season passes, everyone shuts up about it. I'm like, wait, no, I still want to talk about it.
Like, the video of Detective Pikachu in comparison, I think that one did well precisely because of how I title it during the peak time of the Sonic movie thing. So, like, I know for our channel, when I want to grow, like, getting things done on time is important, unfortunately. So, and that's just how it is, but going past that, I feel like, so I get what you mean with your what's this anime called?
What?
It's the one with the sex. With the sextuplets. The sextuplets.
That was like bias on my part because I made it back when I was like in high school. It was forever ago, and my friend really liked Hiroshi Kamiya from like Noragami. He voiced Yato. You know, he's like really famous. Like voices like Izaya and Yato, and you know a bunch of characters. And he voices one of them, and he just sounds like really funny when he yells. And like you could tell that like all 6 of their voice actors were just having a blast when recording, just like going off the rails.
I commend them for all sounding so similar and different at the same time.
I like it a lot. So I'm just like threw it together. And then I also made like a Tomokazu Sugita compilation of just like clips of his voice acting that I like from various anime, and I put in the description like this is only from anime I've watched, so I might miss some. And YouTube has been like boosting that to hell and back lately, and now I have 1 million people in the comments going, where's the JoJo character that he voiced? Where is he? You left out JoJo. And I'm like, there's no JoJo here, calm down. And like they will not stop. They're like, JoJo.
There's always JoJo.
So is basically what you're trying to say, is that a type of video? So you're saying, so the compilation, since you do a hodgepodge of stuff, so like compilations are stuff you do occasionally, but it's not like your main, like obviously it's not like your main thing.
I'd say the thing I do most is probably shit posting, like just random silly little ideas.
And is that the thing you like the most to do?
Yeah, because it's just like silly little ideas, and sometimes I like do them in like different ways. Like sometimes like drawings, other times it's like, for the one shit post, what is it? I don't know if Abe's still in the chat, But Dio Brandflakes in the chat, like I asked him like voice act a thing, and then like I edited it to look like the game.
Dio
And
brain.
it's
I
like,
don't think they are right now.
hey. But what is it? Like the one character from the one game I like call him a cuck, and then I'm just like, what if like he was voice acted to be like, oh hey, do you know what cuckoldry is? And just like look like the actual game. And that's it. He's like, hey, do you know what cuckoldry is? Would you like to be my hot wife, perhaps? And he's like, haha, just kidding. And then like, and he's like, unless. And like that's it. That's the whole video. I'll link it to you if you want to see it. It's very
Link
amusing.
it to me after the show. But like,
Yeah.
I feel you, girl. I feel you completely on that whole thing. Like, the things we want to get boosted don't get boosted. Like, I'm still kicking myself for working 6 weeks on a video.
Stuff you make like in one night, like a stupid little like, just tiny thing that you don't care about, and you just put up because like why not?
And then that
Boom,
gets
everyone loves it.
boosted.
And you're like, no.
Isn't that how it works, though?
I mean,
I guess.
yes and no. I think for the anime community, it's still about timing. Like, you either make something on time that's topical, or you make something nostalgic. Nostalgic shit will also get you. We'll get you stuff. Like,
sometimes I make video about like anime that's like well past aired, and people are like, "Oh, you seen that anime?"
and now for a question from my guest that I randomly thought up of at this moment.
Yeah.
What anitubers do you normally watch or look up to? Yada yada. That question.
That doesn't sound very enthused.
No, I'm not. I mean, I got a runny nose. It is Friday night.
Oh no.
And
those
stuff.
other
Well, Friday
anime
night's good.
tubers,
Anytime
you
the
know.
rest.
Yes, so I could be
Hey,
like,
tubers.
hark! I look at my excitement. Look, man, I'm mellow. I'm mellow right now.
Yeah.
Once I'm in the mood, I'm in the mood.
How about this? Kage Pro,
Yeah.
what other anitubers do you like to watch today?
Thank you, Lamp. Lamp will take over my excitement.
Hello.
At this point.
Come on down. Give us the Family Feud answers.
Do 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 do.
Oh, I'm thinking the price of right. I'm thinking the price is right.
Big money, no whammies. I bounce around a lot. Like, it more depends on like what I want to see a video about sometimes, like specific anime, so I like look it up and like if someone's talked about it. I've seen a lot. If I were to pick like personal biases, I'd say probably What the What or like Hiding in Public I like. Because like he makes videos, Hiding in Public makes like videos about how like different like tiny little like themes and like certain episodes like anime like relate to him personally. And like he'd always like link it like back to his own experience, and like some of those just really hit home with me, and it's like just really heartfelt, I think, and I really like it. And What the What kind of does that too, where like he relates you know, content like back to like himself and like how, you know, like it makes him feel. And some of his videos are like more emotional than they are like analytical, but I like that. Like sometimes he makes like love life videos, and like they're just really emotional high points, and like he'd make the music swell, and he'd have like the subtitles on screen, and like he'd be like talking like, you know, like they did their best and they did it, and you're like, you know, it feels perfect, you know, like it has like that feeling to it. And yeah, just like random videos, I guess. A lot of times I like jump around, but like I don't subscribe. Like I'm kind of like non-committal. Like I kind of just like, oh, like this person made a new video. Cool, this one made a new video.
I see. So your YouTube relationship is very non-communal. It's very communal, like
except for Hiding in Public What the What, and also Explanation Point. I like his video style. Like the way he just like there's a billion pictures on screen, and they're just random shit he's saying, and then like you look at the picture, like if you like watch the video without the audio, then it's just like a random shit on the screen, and you can't tell what's going on.
Yeah, I know a certain sound person that's getting better at that.
Oh no, what do you mean? You?
Well, his starts with an L and ends with lamp. Amps. Crap! There's no two L's in there. Lamp.
LampLight.
It's me.
It's lamp.
Well, I feel like that's good. Like sometimes just chill.
Our motto here is when our motto here, if it does not work, make it work anyway. And
Yeah.
that's why
'Cause, like,
oatmeal is now a
everyone
dinner.
else. Yeah.
Oatmeal.
Like everyone, like sometimes I'd see like just a bunch of videos that have like a bunch of high production, and then I go back to like explanation point where it's just like him and usually his mic isn't working as well as he wants it to, and just throwing like random like MS Paint pictures onto the screen with just silly little speech bubbles, and he's just going off about some anime he likes. He did like a sub versus dub thing. It was really good.
You put the lime in the coconut and take it all up. You put the lime in the coconut.
Yeah, in my defense on those days, on the videos that seem more like pictures and less anything else, is because I am frantically coming home and trying to Google them, be like, what picture is the image? And then if I can find the video for it, great. If I can GIF, great. If I can find it, but if I was like, all right, had to get 3 minutes of this done, and I have an hour.
But that's still good.
Google, and then I had to rush that, and then I'm like, all right. Oh, it's
like I feel like yeah, like I feel like it's still good. Like I feel like it's bad to like kind of hold yourself to the standard of like, oh, like it has to be like this and this. Like sometimes like that kind of thing's like your own style. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if Explanation Point started like making videos where like he has like fancy editing and high mic quality, like I'd be a little turned away. Like I like just his silly ramblings and just the silly little pictures he throws on the screen. Like it's kind of like it's him.
Oh yeah, speaking of YouTubers, did you know the douchebag chocolate came back?
He's back.
He's alive.
He finally came back.
Our savior, our otaku prophet came to life.
He came back from the store.
He came back from the store.
And he made an easy breezy shit post, and everyone was like, "Oh."
I go to his thing once a week and pray my respects for that man.
I'm just subscribed because like I used to watch it like forever ago, and then he didn't post anything. I like his like style of editing too. I feel like a lot of people are like kind of. All right, whoops.
Sorry, no, that's fine. Yeti in the Den says, "Hello, Shannon, from a fellow Georgian. You're doing good work."
Thank you much.
Yeah.
I am doing well with my brownie brittle in hand. Which, by the way, I'm like, okay, so this is both a good idea. Oh, not sponsored by Shilico brownie brittle, but like. This stuff is good and bad at the same time. Like, this stuff tastes great, but it hurts your teeth after, like, the third brittle. Because, it's super sweet. And just, like, it's like, you know how, like, that horrible feeling of when something is so sweet in your mouth, it just, like, wants to punch you in the jaw?
Punch.
No?
You've never eaten something so sweet that it just hurts your teeth. It just wants to punch.
Not really, no.
Wow, I can't.
Sorry, you're the only one.
Oh, come on! You
really are the anime misfit.
Because I had that stupid ass in that experience. Like, I eat this brownie bread and be like, "Oh my god, this is so sweet," and then it's like, "Oh my god, it's too sweet. Oh, it hurts my teeth. Oh my god."
Like a personal problem.
And then it's like you're like, and then you're like in a megalobox boxing match as Joe slaps you a good one in your upper jaw.
That just makes me think of that episode of like Oron where Honey wants to fucking eat sweets, but he has cavities, and he's like, "Look, my tooth's all better." And then Maury puts like a fucking ice block in his mouth. He's like, "No, you're not." And he's like, "Ah, my tooth!"
No, that's exactly what it is. And I have to run to the bathroom to brush my teeth to get all the sweetness out. And I'm like, oh, sweet relief.
My problem is if I eat too much sugar, then I get the feeling that I am way too full, even though I've had barely any actual food.
Yeah.
My sugar limit gets reached, and your mind is like, nope, no more sugar for you today. And it's like, all right.
I kind of just take it as it goes, I guess. I mean, there's a limit, but like I used to eat like more sweets, I guess. But I usually like having sweets like milk, like usually like chocolate, like
coffee. Yeah, it has to sugar.
No coffee. No coffee.
I can't do too many sweets.
Coffee.
I can't do sweets that sink into your teeth, and then again, because as I told you, it would just punch me in the face with its like
some like stuff with
pain.
like cupcakes with like heavy frosting, like the certain kind of frosting that's like very very sweet. I've been like a little averse to lately, but yeah, coffee I can't though. I can't. I've never drinking a cup of coffee in my life.
I live off of coffee. I generally start with coffee, may transition to Red Bull, and then go back to coffee again.
I'm like the middle matriarch of this conversation. I'm a tea person, but I will occasionally drink coffee, very, very occasionally.
No coffee. None. All the coffee. All the coffee. Some coffee.
Tea is my first love. It is my last love. It'll also be because at the end of the day, which do you want to end up going to the loo for? Would you rather take your shit after drinking coffee, soda, or tea? At least tea is herbalized, so it feels natural. Lamb.
This is just hot leaf juice.
In my defense, coffee is the only thing keeping me awake. So without
In my defense, I already have like what is it? Sometimes I like freak out and like my heart like beats really fast. So, like I don't need that extra adrenaline. I don't need that. Like I already have that covered.
Well, the problem is I get very little sleep, so when it comes to getting things done, I have to tell my brain, you have to move right now. I don't care what you want to do. So we're drinking 2 mugs of coffee, and then we might have to go to Red Bull later. But yeah, you got like 10 things to do today. Good luck, buddy.
Oh no.
Well, tomorrow night I run D&D, so I ain't gonna get much sleep. But I have D&D to run, so it's like looks like I'm getting a monster.
Just like leave it to someone else. Be like, you lead.
No one else. I'm not the willing DM.
Oh no.
I am the chosen, unwilling DM.
Because no one wanted to deal in a game night. Just let the AI, just do AI dungeon and let the AI do it.
RNG.
I would if someone didn't have to run the story, but you know, it's like, all right, I guess I'm DM.
No, there's something called AI dungeon where you could just run the story in an AI.
Oh.
And it plays for you.
But it's not Pathfinder. But anyway, that's different. That's different.
Well, I guess for some like sessions, it's like a personalized thing. Like like I'm the DM. Like it's my thing.
Like roll for 2 motivation.
I have
not like in a selfish way, but like it's my thing way.
I don't really care. Anyone can run the game if they want. Anyone can be a DM. Anyone can play Dungeons and Dragons and make their own story. It just depends on who the group picks to be. Because you might not want to do it, but the group looks to you and like, hey, you're this.
It's like those anime where no one wants to be the class representative, and they always just like vote some random kid to do it.
Yeah, because a natural one kind of forms, and I got shoved into it, so I was like, all right, good luck, and I'm like, great, thanks, I guess.
Make them suffer for it, like set traps everywhere.
Put them in a thing of goo.
Fire.
I like seeing the boys every weekend. It gives me it has us have a kinship, and it's good, so I'm gonna go with that.
Lamp and the boys try to find clothes at the soup store.
And the boys.
Well, like,
why are you buying clothes at the soup store?
Actually, there actually exists a store called Soup that sells clothes.
Yeah, I love those memes where like we found soup, and I'm like, yeah.
No, there's like a real store that called Soup.
Yeah, and it sells clothes.
This is
it's real.
Alright, let's look this up.
I've seen that. I've seen like the pictures of it, of like they put him in front of it. It's like, I'm at the soup.
Yeah, well, I mean, and they made that just because of the joke.
Soup. Okay, let's learn.
There's more soup.
Let's take a detour and learn about it, friends. There's plenty. There's different soup stores.
A store called Soup.
There's multiple stores. There's Soup store in. Oh my god, that's a really long. There's Lily Arcade Crave Ein 16 0283.
What is it?
It's in Norway. The store's in Norway. There's also another store.
I mean, there's more soup. Someone edited the audio of the soup store to make it sound like a phone conversation where you can like only hear the one side of it, and even that was great.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you mean there's more soup? Go into the next aisle. Why are you buying clothes at the soup store?
It's just like quiet. It's like, okay.
And now I finally found the answer to that. Why are you buying clothes at the soup store? Because crap, I lost the punchline. Oh, because of performance, feminism, and fashion. Because it has performance, feminism, and fashion. Oh
no!
My god!
There's just more soup.
I've been trying to figure out where this picture of the soup store is actually at. Because that was like my goal for a good 3 months, and then I lost.
I just want to believe the memes.
It's more fun when the meme is real, because it's a real ass store.
That's why I don't want to look it up, because I'm like, what if it's not? I want to believe.
I mean, it is real.
Soup.
I'm looking at it right now. They got like a 50% off sale right here.
50% off. We're just going into the Bridge series, aren't we?
Yeah. Yes.
First soup store now. This.
Oh god, 50% off. It was good.
Ancient. I watched that like a month ago. Like I revisited it. I'm like, oh my god.
That should be next month. That should be next month's topic. How Bridge series are going the way of AMVs and becoming a lost art. Team 4-star
They're
ended.
becoming
I mean, Team 4-star ended the DBZ abridge. Karibo went missing. Purple Eyes might stop doing.
No, our hero, our soup store man.
Because he just came out with one for Digimon Season 2, and I watched that. And on Twitter he said that might be his last one, but we don't know. Hope not. But yeah, abridgers are not. There's not many abridgers there used to be, and that's good. That's actually no. That is gonna be, unless something topical happens in the next month. That's gonna be next month's episode. But who is on next month's episode? I do not know.
You want to
No idea.
We'll cross the bridge when you get to it.
Yes, we'll call.
Ha!
Get out, Lamp. Well, wait. Read the chat first. Read the fucking chat first.
I'm at soup. What do you mean you're at soup? I'm at soup.
There's literally.
That's oh my god! Look at this! Oh my god! They just reenacted. There's some more. They just reenacted the whole soup thing. There's more soup. Oh, there's more soup. What the hell? What the hell? What are you guys doing in the chat?
They're going off.
Oh my god.
Are you buying clothes in the soup store? Wait, someone has to say the last line.
No one's saying.
Fuck you.
Oh my god.
Okay, now it's done. Bow.
Secret code says not all heroes wear capes.
Thank you.
Not all heroes wear capes. Sometimes you gotta hack into the system. But anyway, let's see. So, oh, there we go. There's the fuck you. There we go.
Yeah, I did it.
That was clap. That was good art. Good art. Good job, chat. Good job, chat. Anyway, that's actually a really good place to land on. So, Kage, would you like once again tell us who you are, where people can find you, or to attempt to find you, and do you have, and if you have somebody else that I should recommend for the show, so
that we can kidnap. I mean, recommend.
I'm dumb. You can find me in the trash can. I don't know who to recommend. Bring what onto here? Torture him.
Already did.
Yep.
That was a
torture him again. But this time, tell him I sent you and that Shounen belongs to me.
Oh my god.
So your master said to bring you back in?
Yeah, just be like, hey, we're kidnapping you again.
Kidnap. Well, it depends on how we can find. I gotta round up the catcher's net and see who's willing to step in it. You stepped in it. You were like the first person to step in it. You were like, podcast.
Because like I have like, you know, a good deal of like friends that like anime, but like some of them are like nervous obviously about like this kind of thing. Like some like don't talk on like VCs and stuff, you know. So I wouldn't want to like push them out like that. But I mean, Keiko Pro talks a lot. If you want like talk to him some.
I mean,
he was in the chat a bit ago.
It doesn't just.
And he's pretty chill.
Yeah, it doesn't just have to be about YouTubers. At least if you have, as long as you have a platform and you publicly talk on the platform, it could be Instagram. It needs to be my requirements are you need to be a small outlet. You can't be like someone already big. You can't, and I mean big. I'm being lenient, like under like 100K. You also have to be somebody who's active. Like you can't just like post once and that's it.
May I recommend
at
someone that I actually
chocolate.
know?
Yeah.
At the risk of sounding a bit strange, so that coworker here has his own channel. It's not anime, but he does know a lot about anime, and we talk about it a lot at work. His name is Sarcastic Cuddles Gaming. I can say that while he does not have an anime channel, he can definitely discuss. We've discussed a lot about Clannad, subs, dubs. What about
as long as he has some kind of platform, it should work, right?
Well, my rule is that since this is an anime thing, that at least 50%. Either I will make big exceptions. Okay, is this okay? Lamp, if you do this, is this your do me a solid moment? If this is
no. I am only recommending if you want someone that can have good anime knowledge, but not necessarily have an anime platform. He is technically a good person if you want to do that. That's all I'm saying.
If you want someone that has a platform, I mean,
it's not anime. It's not an anime person, but he is definitely an anime guy.
I mean, since we're extending out to cartoons and stuff at some point, I mean, with the whole Kappa thing, I don't know. I mean, I guess, contact him. We'll see about that. But so far, this is Kage's episode, so Is there anything you want to say, Kage, before we kind of pull the plug?
I was just gonna like wrap up a quick recommendation, I guess, to Keigo Pro. He plays a lot of games, so like if you want to have like an episode about like games, like anime games, he's played a lot more than I do. And
wait, there's another channel called Keigo Pro, like Kage Pro.
He was
Not Kage Pro, Keigo Pro. We have very similar usernames, but it wasn't.
He was in chat a second ago.
Yeah, he was in chat, and he like live streams himself playing a bunch of games. He has like around 8,000 subscribers. And he's pretty chill. He's pretty talkative and stuff. He's really cool.
We'll hunt. Yeah, tell him in advance we're gonna hunt the man down, and we will get him on the podcast. Well, whoever can contact me first. That's how we've been doing it.
Contest.
Whoever gets there first that's that month, because we do it once a month.
2 men enter, 1 man leave.
But anyway, look at us, perfect. Right at 2 hours, perfect. So,
wowie, yay!
Anyway, this has been episode 10 of the Community Corner podcast with me, Shannen, the obvious, always anime misfit, Lamp, our resident editor, furry degenerate.
Yay!
And Kage Pro 24, who I will be hitting up more probably and sending them weird ass pictures for no odd reason.
Oh no, I'm gonna get hit. Help!
Oh my god, no! This is not sexual arousal. Anyway, alright,
gonna hit me up.
We're gonna leave. Goodbye, everybody.
Help! Yeah. It's a cry for help. Help!